Hi, so my name's Summer May Finlay. I'm a Yorta Yorta woman. I grew up on Lake Macquarie and I've decided to document my PhD. It's funny, I keep talking to people about their PhDs and I get these 2-minute snapshots and I wonder, what the full story is like. So I thought I would have a crack at documenting my PhD. I'm going to try and do a video once a week and we'll see how I go. Sometimes it'll happen, sometimes it won't. But, for me I think it's going to be a good tool for reflection and also assist other Aboriginal people potentially to see what it's like and to see that it's, if they are thinking about doing a PhD or if it's something they haven't actually thought about at all, it might get them thinking or get them over the line. So a bit about me academically. I've got a Bachelor of Social Science with a major in linguistics. I didn't go to uni until I was 23. I did go for a year before that, but I dropped out. It just didn't feel right. So when I finished, I went overseas, I travelled around, came back, and a very amazing Aboriginal lady called Bronwyn Fredericks, who's become a good friend to me and a mentor, convinced me to do my Master of Public Health. So I did that and finished that in 2013, and last year I did the Advanced Masters, where I had a really fantastic course coordinator for both the Master of Public Health and the Advanced Masters, Heather Yateman, and I also had a great supervisor, Scott Winch. Without them I wouldn't have gotten through, I have to say. So I did recognise how important it is to make sure that you pick really good supervisors, and I think that this time I have really good supervisors for my PhD as well. So my PhD is with UniSA, although I live in Canberra. I moved down here to work for the National Aboriginal Community Controlled Health Organisation, so I'll be working there a little bit while I do my PhD. In terms of work, I have a community controlled background. I've worked at the Victorian Aboriginal Community Controlled Health Organisation and also the Aboriginal Health and Medical Research Council of New South Wales. And yes, they're all bloody long, which is why we use the acronyms. And then I moved on to the National Congress of Australia's First Peoples, otherwise known as Congress, and then obviously to NACCHO. So all of my career I've been in Aboriginal health. Post-uni. Prior to uni I was a youth and children's worker, while I was at the uni actually, and prior to that I worked in retail, so I have a very mixed career, but definitely since uni I've really focused on health and taken a social determinants of health approach. I don't have a clinical background. It's something I think is really important, but there are other people that do that, and I'm much more focused on the social aspects that lead to ill health rather than the clinical approach. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. A little bit about my family. I have 2 brothers who both live up near Newcastle. Mum and Dad, they both live on Lake Macquarie in the house that I grew up. I'll probably do one of these from time to time up there. It's a beautiful view and I try and show it off as much as possible. Without my family I definitely wouldn't be here, even though I haven't lived up that way for quite some time. They've been a great support network. But at least in the family that I know, and even on the Aboriginal side, I am the first PhD candidate. I'm sure there's probably other people in the family maybe, but not that I'm aware of. So even going to uni was scary to some degree, because Dad's an engineer, but through TAFE, and Mum left school, I think it was year 9 or when she was 14 or something. So being the oldest child in my family, I was the first one to graduate high school. I was the first one to, go to uni and then finish and get a master's. So, I'll be most certainly the first doctor in the family if I manage to get through it. So, we'll see. Every time I talk about my PhD, I kind of want to share the experience and make it relevant for other people to see what's going on. I mean, I'm sure, with my supervisors, it's going to be up and down. In my life, it's going to be up and down, and shit's going to hit the fan from time to time. So, yeah, I mean, and Alex, my supervisor, said to me, you know, where's your brain at? And it's always on my phone. And he used to write everything down in a book. I know with work and I know with the PhD that I'm going to do a lot of writing, so I thought that this might be a good way to keep track and for myself and also share it with other people. So that's me.